Had Henry Fonda and Jane Fonda, so here's Peter Fonda. I don't know what else to say, except, of course, he's a man in his own right, obviously, as an artist and a person. Peter, how old are you?
39.
So we can get you
Wait
in
a
some
minute, I answered that too fast.
Well, no, that's...
How old do you think I am?
I don't know. That sounds about right.
I'm 39. I was born in 1940.
You didn't strike me as the kind of a guy who worried about age.
No.
It's really just a number. In reading your biography, your film biography, and I never know how much to believe of those things from
Never
studios.
a word. Not a word is true, except my name. They spelled it right.
That's an easy name to spell. Yeah. It seemed to suggest that in the beginning you had some trouble establishing your own identity as an artist, as a performer. Do you think was I reading that in a fair way?
Pretty much. I had trouble establishing my own identity as a person. Mind you, I was identified as Henry Fonda's son.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Henry Fonda is my father, but he's not the Henry Fonda that the public thinks of. He's Henry Fonda, my father.
Right.
To be publicly known as Henry Fonda's son is a disadvantage.
Now, really, that would seem to be a great advantage, particularly in the business.
Well, just in life I'm speaking about now. If you go into a room of people and they all know you're coming and they all know you're Henry Fonda's son, they all have an idea about who you are, who you should be, or what you should be like. Whereas you don't know any of them. I'm at the advantage because I don't know anybody. I can learn something about them. They're at a disadvantage because they have a preconceived attitude about me. Yeah. In the business, the disadvantage is if I fall on my face, they'll kick me while I'm down. Now they'll wait for me to fall on my face. I'm the third one up to bat now, remember. Henry's doing quite well, and Jane's doing quite well, so now here comes baby brother Peter. Is he going to be a flake? Is he riding on the coattails? Or...
To talk about Easy Rider for a moment, do you think people, not just critics, but man, woman in the street, saw more in Easy Rider than you did in making it?
No, not really. We pretty well knew what we were up to as far as the statements were concerned and the dramatic devices. For an example, Jack Nicholson's part, George Hanson, the lawyer, we call him a mouthpiece. When Dennis and I wrote the part out, it's an old term for lawyer.
Right.
Well, in fact, Jack Nicholson, who's in jail with us when we first meet him, a lawyer in jail on a drunk charge, he does all the talking. Dennis and I have sat around the campfire saying, man, yeah, man, you bet, man, man, far out, man, yeah, man, and smoke a joint, yeah, man, sure, man. And then along comes Jack Nicholson, and he begins speaking about freedom, about what people are thinking and how they relate. He's our mouthpiece. And he's lovable. Everyone could identify his character. They knew who he was. They weren't sure who Captain America was or who Billy was. It was insecurity in those roles, plus the fact that we were dealers in hard narcotics. This is a bad, bad thing for a hero to be involved in.
Right.
Well, there, George Hanson, he was acceptable. It was fine. I said, come on, George, try this. It's better for you, because he's drinking the sauce. He said, oh, no, thanks. I got some store-bought my own. I said, no, this is marijuana. He says, it's grass. He says, you mean marijuana? Good old Jack. Ha, did you guys believe that line from him? You mean marijuana? Is that what that is? He gets loaded. What does he talk about? People from Venus are going to come down and save our act. That's our mouthpiece, right?
Now, I also read something that said that you live on a ranch in Idaho, Wyoming?
Montana.
In Montana, excuse me.
Yellowstone River.
I think of Yellowstone, though, but Yellowstone Park, but you're talking about
part of
Yellowstone
it's
River.
in Montana.
Okay.
Montana managed to move its border down just so slightly so they can have,
so they could have a piece of the park.
Yeah.
And it said that you need to go there to regenerate, to collect your energy, to come back and make movies and so forth, which leads me to the question that is usually asked about Hollywood and what goes on there. And is it a creative environment or is it not to live in Los Angeles?
It all depends upon how you take your job. I think a producer could be very creative, and a producer generally has to put his deal together in Los Angeles. I don't live in Los Angeles. I work there. I've spent 1.5 years on Juana, Nevada. I spent 18 months or more, 18 weeks preparing as a director and 10 weeks preparing as an actor because I had so much to do with it, you know, doing both jobs. Then we shot for 9 weeks. 2 weeks of that was travel, so 7 weeks was camera work. Now, this is 8 months. 9 months later, I finished the editing. Monday, just a few days ago, I did my last cut on the phone, long distance from my ranch, as a matter of fact. Sunday was the decision was made Sunday, the cut was made Monday. to take out a couple of scenes, a couple little shots. So I was...
But you don't think you miss out anything not being a part of the, becomes a big word, milieu of Southern California filmmaking, the industry, and so forth?
Gee, I've got clean air, the best trout fishing in the world, a beautiful wife, a place my children want to come to get out of the smog of L.A. I also have a sailboat that I can sail around, and who wants to live in the toilet when you can live in the bathtub?
That's right, in the shower.
Or the shower, right, you know.
Where do you think television is going in terms of movies? First of all, let me go back and ask you, did you notice a new kind of different impact when Easy Rider got on television?
Gee, I don't know that I related Easy Rider with television at all that way. I related television to Easy Rider only in the sense of what I saw on television in commercials, the way they were shot and the way we shot Easy Rider. Television is advancing rapidly in what it's going to be able to show the public and what it can do with not just information, but with entertainment. And it'll upgrade itself tremendously. Films were not always terrific. They weren't always wonderful works of art. When it was a fledgling, people didn't know quite what to do with it or how to use it properly. Every now and then there'd be somebody that came along, like a D.W. Griffith, who would really operate film and do good stuff. But it took a long time for us to begin to realize the potential in film for the medium. The media of getting out, entertaining people, informing people, as propaganda, whatever you want to, whatever road you take on it. Television has all of that, but it happened so fast. I mean, it was a major explosion on our scene of entertainment that it will take a few more years before it can get its legs and be strong enough to program better films made for television. They're not throwaway films. Instead of doing them in 21 days and then the director takes off for another project and never sits with the editor, the same kind of input will be done for movies made for television. As the only difference between a movie made for television and a movie made for the theater is the amount of concentrated input from the people involved with making it.
Do you watch a lot of television?
Every time I go into the hotel.
But at home on the ranch?
When I want to know what the weather is going to be tomorrow.
That's about it.
Yeah,
huh?
you got it. And they never are right about the weather, so I don't know why I watch that either.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that seems to be a problem everywhere.
Sometimes there's a movie that I want to see, and I do like some of the shows. I don't mean to knock television. Please, television, I didn't mean to say that.
No. I think we all knock it, but we all can't live without it either. It's like so many other things in our society. Peter Fonda, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you for giving me the forum.
Not at all. It's our pleasure. We'll be right back.